Daniel Negreanu opens the action with ace-queen, one of those classic Broadway hands that works beautifully as a raise.
Come on, Daniel, every hand?
Yes, every hand.
Jeez.
Every hand till Saturday.
Saturday, he gets his highlights touched up.
But when Barbero calls with pocket deuces, he is entering the hand with a completely different script. Small pairs are not strong in isolation.
Go, Kenny.
Asham and Kenny call.
Here we go.
Got some of that loose cannon money.
For Negreanu, this looks like a board he can lean on. The paired deuce means there are fewer combinations of trips available, and with his pre-flop raise, he can credibly represent all the strong aces and overpairs. So he fires $3,000, aiming to pick up the pot uncontested or extract value from pairs below the ace. Barbero, though, is sitting on quads. If he raises here, he narrows Negreanu's range immediately to hands that can continue, and with quads, that is the last thing he wants. By just calling, he lets Negreanu's entire bluffing range stay alive, setting a trap that is as much psychological as mathematical. The turn brings the ace. This is where the hand shifts. For Negreanu, the ace is one of the best cards in the deck. His hand improves to top pair, top kicker, and it strengthens the story he's been telling since pre-flop. But this same card is a gift to Barbero. Now Negreanu is less likely to slow down, more likely to stack off, and completely unaware he is drawing dead. Negreanu checks, perhaps to control the size of the pot, but Barbero is not letting this street pass by. He bets $9,200, a number that looks perfectly believable as a value bet with a medium ace or even a stubborn pocket pair. Negreanu calls, convinced he is still far ahead of the likely range. Negreanu checks again, expecting Barbero to take a stab. Barbero obliges with $20,000, a sizing that pressures Negreanu's entire calling range but still looks callable with top pair. From Negreanu's seat, folding feels impossible.
I'm thinking like sixes or sevens. Sixes or sevens are good for me. I had you on ace-4, unfortunately, on the turn. So if you had ace-4, then you just made a straight. Huh.
Drop the stakes you play at in the comments and whether you're an online grinder or live game player. Let's see if we're running with high rollers or micro warriors.
God, I don't like that river. Such a good river for you. If you put me on jacks, right? You figure I have jacks, you have to bet that river card now. So many, I leveled myself with the pause in the turn. You know what I mean? On the turn, I studied, and like sort of changed my range in his eyes, which forces me to go like that.
Daniel calls.
I had the nuts.
Oh, that's good too. Quads!
Jennifer Tilly kicks things off with a pair of fives. But she's up against Hashem with ace-king offsuit, who has raised to $2,500 in this crazy poker cash game.
Daniel's out. Tilly, pocket fives.
Should be an easy call.
She does.
Surprise is one time, Ken, and just put the 3-bet in.
It'll happen. Not with those cards.
Are you feeling the peer pressure right now?
You can't think of it like that. You have to think that $800 bought you goodwill at the table and possibly an invitation to be invited back. Because, you know, these guys love when you straddle.
The flop comes 5-king 7 rainbow. Jennifer hits the set and Joe Hashem just made top pair, top kicker. And if you know poker, you know that's the kind of hand that makes grown men hand over their chips with a smile and then cry in the parking lot.
Tilly donks it for 3K.
Poor Joe Hashem, this is just not his week.
Poker isn't about what you have. It's about what you represent. And right now, Joe's call caps his range. He's telling Jennifer he doesn't have 2-pair. He doesn't have a set. He's sitting on a 1-pair hand, hoping to keep the pot low.
5 of clubs, quads for Jen. This is the second time Joe's been up against quads this week.
Tilly is holding the bangers. But notice, no fast plays, not even a bet. She's hoping he has caught something to hold on to while she tries to slowly squeeze him off.
Joe could easily think he's ahead.
Obviously he does. He bets $6,500.
Everyone at the table thinks she's the playful actress who overplays marginal hands. But right now, she's successfully turning that persona into pure profit. And Hashem, like most men would, falls for her trap.
And Jen min raises to 13K.
By making it the smallest raise possible, she's given herself a good shot at getting called.
And Joe does make the call. Jen's got quads and she's got herself a customer. Ace of diamonds, 2-pair for Joe. That is not a good card for him.
20,000.
That's 20K.
I'll call.
And Joe calls.
I'll call, Jen.
You call?
Four of a kind again.
Am I the king of quads today or what?
Joe can't believe it.
Really?
The loose cannon is looking down on 10-8 suited. He opens to 2,000 from early position and gets a crowd of people that flat behind him. Nobody is squeezing, so the pot goes multi-way with a lot of capped ranges. Ferdinand still owns the initiative, but he is also walking into a four-way pot, which can always get messy.
Love the action, boys. I could use these chips.
Yeah, we're giving you the action, you know that.
Can you feel the love?
I love it.
You'll get the opportunity, that's for sure.
Well, if I fold, I'm definitely rooting for you to win.
Flop comes a minefield. Veldhuis has queen 9 suited and quietly connects with top pair. Ferdinand's 10-8 is the hand of the moment here. A flop straight with front door flush and straight flush draws. Mosseri has 2 big overcards and air. Jetton has 10-3 and is done unless something weird happens. Checks roll around to Veldhuis, and that tells him exactly what he needs to know. Nobody screaming straight or a set, and Ferdinand did not stab as the pre-flop raiser. Veldhuis takes the lead for 5,700.
I'm all in.
And he's going all in again. Abe folds.
I wonder who we're rooting for this hand.
Probably rooting for me to fold.
Ferdinand does not mess around. He rips it. With a flop straight and front door flush, his shove is the classic pressure play.
You got some sick reads, Lex. You got a reads on all of us. Yeah. We know one guy that's rooting for you to fold. There he is. There he is.
I know.
He's about to come over and take your cards and throw them right in the muck.
And by using his image of the loose cannon, Veldhuis thinks for about a beat and then...
Lex calls, and Bobby loves it.
You got it? Oh, my God. Wow. Everything. That is everything.
Pretty nice hand, sir.
Nuts.
Nuts redraw.
All season long, I see loose cannons going all in with ace high, middle pair, bottom pair.
No.
That's like going through my head.
You can't even hit the 9 of diamonds to help you make a full house here.
Just the one time is fine for Bobby, thanks. The meaningless river.
Oh, straight flush.
Straight flush he made.
That's sick.
Andy is looking down on ace 4 suited in a 3-way pot. Mariano raised to $500 with king 10 suited, and Charles 3-bet to $2,000.
Could we see a cold 4-bet? No, he's going to call, though. Mariano is going to 4-bet, though. Charles calls. Andy may be considering something.
Good call.
He just calls.
The pot is $27,000 pre-flop. They all have an equal chance for now. Let's see what the flop brings.
Oh, no! You gotta be kidding me!
Andy checks because he thinks he has the best hand. Mariano checks because he knows he has the best hand. And Charles checks because he knows he's drawing dead. The turn comes 3 of hearts, and it changes nothing for everyone.
Mariano, in a 4-bet pot, has flopped a straight flush, and Andy with the ace-high flush.
Mariano cannot check anymore with the straight flush and value bets $8,000. Charles understandably folds.
Mariano started this hand with about $300,000.
Andy raises to pot amount $35,000.
Imagine having a straight flush and getting raised.
The only way to get away from an ace-high flush is if the board pairs. In poker, the correct move doesn't always get you the win. Let's see how much Mariano is gonna bet here, and if Andy makes one of the greatest folds in poker history.
Mariano on the right side of your screen, right there, has flopped a straight flush in a 4-bet pot. $97,000 in the pot.
There's no way anyone is folding ace-high flush here.
Board does not pair, and Andy just bets $120,000. Mariano moves all in. Andy calls and shows him the ace. $611,000 pot, and Mariano can't believe it.
Daniel is looking down at Queen Jack suited. 2 players before him have called a pre-flop raise, but he decides to 3-bet to $400. Bo is in the tank, and by the look on his face, folding is not even an option. He's got Queen 5 offsuit, no position, and just watch Daniel fire a 3-bet. What is he even thinking? He just calls, and Dat right after him calls too, holding King 9 suited. A hand that looks way prettier than it actually is when sandwiched between a 3-bet and a call. Jake's turn now, and he also decides to call with 3-4 suited while getting a massage. Damn, that looks good. In fact, I'm gonna visit my Thai masseuse after I finish this video.
Wow. That's a nice flop for Daniel. Not so much for Jake, though he may not think that right now. Top 2 for Dat as well.
Bo, somehow still alive in this hand with Queen 5 offsuit and 0 clubs, fires $500 into a $2,000 pot like he's playing an entirely different game. Is this a bet or a donation? Dat makes the call with top 2 pair, but he knows better than to get frisky here. In a 4-way pot with 3 clubs on the flop, raising would be like poking a beehive and hoping for honey. Jake raises to $3,200 with just a baby flush, and while that might technically be a made hand, it's far from safe. He's not repping the nuts. He's just hoping to scare off anyone sitting there with a single club and a decision to make. Daniel just flats with the second nut flush, a move that keeps the pot manageable, but might come back to haunt him. A raise here could have smoked out any 1-club hand still chasing that dreaded nut flush, but instead, he opts to play it cool.
That club is going to kill Daniel's action despite him having the super nuts.
Daniel moves all in right away and Jake folds.
Wow.
I fluffed a nut. Oh my God. Thank you. Straight flush. Is that crazy though?
Tedeschi kicks things off with pocket queens. He is raised to $36,000, but he's up against McAllister, whose cards we don't know yet.
Philip McAllister calls out of a stack of 1.74 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of dimp.
Rabba comes in from the big blind, so a 3-way to the flop.
Jaya Rabba.
That flop is Queen 8-4 with 2 clubs. Looks like Rabba has checked to the razor.
Makes sense.
Tedeschi's pocket queens just flopped top set on a pretty dry board. It's a dream scenario for him, but McAllister and Rabba could easily have flush or straight draws since they just called pre-flop. So he's probably going to look for a value bet here.
It's been checked to McAllister. And I've been impressed by what we've seen from this guy today.
Pose. Really? It supposedly means you're comfortable. A lot of poker players sit like that.
So the bet from McAllister is 48K.
Rabba doesn't look like he's gonna fold here. We don't know if he's drawing or if he actually has a piece of the board. But after Tedeschi checked on the flop, he might raise and try to scare him off.
Rabba calls. Monsieur Tedeschi.
I think it's Paul Tedeschi, actually.
Tedeschi's in an interesting spot here. He's confident his hand is strong, but Rabba's call indicates some kind of draw or a strong pair. He's probably wondering if Rabba's just trying to see the turn cheaply or if he's setting up a move. It's a tricky decision. Does he bet for value, or does he just call and allow these 2 bad boys to potentially bluff on the turn?
That's a call as well. We're still 3-way as we go to the turn. Yeah, Jack of Hearts on the turn. Rabba checks. And I think that was a check from Tedeschi, yep.
He's gone from the 1 arm on 1 shoulder to 2 arms on 2 shoulders. The old water slide pose.
Philip McAllister bets again, 136,000.
This could be a potentially huge pot.
Especially as it looks like he's calling. He's raised all in. McAllister just called. He flats the all in. But look at the price he's getting.
Cool. Okay, well.
Does call.
No one has a pot-sized bet left behind now.
Good point.
The river brings the ace of hearts and Rabba's looking down at the board, still not knowing the strength of Tedeschi's hand. He could be holding a decent pair or even a straight, but the ace definitely changes the dynamic. Does he believe Tedeschi has a hand like 2 pair, or is he worried about a potential set or a straight? The ace might just be the card Rabba needs to bluff at this pot and try to steal it.
Do these 2 just check it down? No, they don't. He bets 300.
Actually competing for the main pot of 1.4 million. And now, McAllister moves all in.
How does everyone have a hand here?
I have no idea. Baffling the way this hand is played out. That's a call.
No, it's a fold. Yes. And he likes what he sees.
No, King 10 clubs.
King 10 of hearts for a royal flush.
It is a royal, and look at that, Tedeschi did have a set of queens. What a terrible, disgusting run out for what is going to be the best hand almost always.
This was a nasty royal flush poker river cooler. Bendinelli kicks things off with pocket 8s. This is a hand that can be extremely powerful, especially in a heads-up match. With 7 million already in the pot, Bendinelli can extract a lot more value.
Oh boy, we got a set of 8s for Bendinelli.
Oh no.
Top pair for Guerrero.
With Guerrero's weak check, Bendinelli can now completely take over the pot. The only question is how big of a bet he makes. So Guerrero stays and makes the pot bigger. Bendinelli is not looking to let Guerrero see a cheap flop and fires a 2.5 million bet. That is almost a third of the pot. But with the top pair on the flop, Guerrero is not looking as if he will back down. He doesn't disappoint and calls Bendinelli's bet. This pot is getting enormous.
Turn is a jack.
Wow.
Oh, no.
What a setup.
Oh, such a cold deck.
Cold deck city. Guerrero covered.
With an insane amount of luck, Guerrero pulls a third jack that completes his jack trips. This completely turns the game on its head, but only in Guerrero's head. Bendinelli is now sitting comfortable on a full house and is looking to extract even more value. Bendinelli is completely aware of how strong of a position he now finds himself in. That's why he fires a $5.5 million bet that is there to prevent weaker hands from playing for the river and maybe dissuade stronger opponents with weak mental game. But fortunately for Bendinelli this time around, Guerrero is anything but a poker player with weak mental game. He is completely unaware of the kind of trap he is walking in and confidently calls the enormous bet from Bendinelli.
River.
Oh
The
my
board pairs, but it's the eight.
No!
It's quad
No.
eights for Bendinelli.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. This is the coldest of decks. It doesn't get any colder than this, Maria.
I'm glad you got a sweatshirt for this hand, Nick.
Insane.
The turn delivers another 8, which completes the quads for Bendinelli, which I can't believe I am saying again in this video, but is even luckier than Guerrero's jack. Now Guerrero is first on the move. He has a big choice ahead of himself, and I am starting to believe, based on his previous ones, that he will make the wrong one. And the wrong one he does. He fires a slightly smaller bet of $3.8 million, which looks completely abysmal from where we are sitting. I can't think of a reason he would commit so hard to such a weak hand other than a bad earlier read. Bendinelli with his quads doesn't really have anything to think about, other than baiting Guerrero and paying even more on this disaster of a hand. What do you think? Will he bet half the pot, or will he go crazy and shove all in? Let me know in the comments.
Put this to bed. Announces all in. Guerrero hasn't snap called. There's just no way. There's the call from Guerrero. It's over.